There are many civilizations in history which are destroyed, but they always leave their marks behind. And when such marks are found, they bring the thousands of years old culture of that country to the forefront. In our Mahabharata, there is a detailed description of weapons of metals and chariots. But even today, there are many people who consider the story of Mahabharata to be imaginary. But today we will show you some evidence that will prove that Mahabharata was not an imaginary story, but is the history of our country. Since childhood, we Indians get information about our history from school books. And it is a bitter truth that even today, the education system of our country is following the same old policy which the British had implemented to achieve their political interests. According to the British, the Aryans attacked India between 1500 and 2000 BC and destroyed the civilization here and gave birth to a new civilization. The British claim that before the arrival of the Aryans, the people here used only bullock carts. The Aryans came here by chariot. The use of the chariot began only after their arrival. The British teased our history so that we Indians realize that we have been living as slaves for centuries. The people who have come from outside have ruled over us till today. Such mentality should become the people here, but now it is time to change the history written by the British. About 60 kilometers from Delhi, a few days ago, a discovery was made in the Sinoli village of Bagpat, which can change the written history of the British. Here, the Archaeological Survey of India received information from the villagers that the soil of the land is rising up. After that, as soon as the ASI team dug 2 feet below the ground, they found pieces of copper here. After this, when the ASI dug in front, they found a royal cemetery in the excavation and 126 other tombs, which are about 5,000 years old. Here, a lot of copper and bronze objects have been found. There is also a chariot track next to the tomb in Coffin, which has proved the Aryan theory told by the British wrong. The evidence found here has proven that our ancestors had made chariots at least 3,000 years before the arrival of the Aryans. The graves found here were made like a bed and decorated so beautifully that such graves have not been found from any civilization till date. These wooden graves have now turned into soil. We can still see the copper carving on it. In addition to this, 3 swords, 2 daggers, a shield, a torch, and a helmet have been found in the things found here. There are also many skulls found in the excavation. With those skulls, a sword and a protective shield like a helmet have also been found, which suggests that either this skull belongs to a king or this cemetery belongs to a warrior family. Because in ancient civilizations, things like chariots and swords used by kings were buried with them. At the border of Pakistan and India, the evidence of the most developed Harappa civilization in the world was found. But even there, the copper sword has never been found as it is found here. You will be surprised to know that the first metal used by any human civilization was copper. So now the question arises, that are the signs of the civilization found here older than the Harappa civilization? Harappa civilization was a Kansa civilization. From the things found there, it is known that the Harappa civilization used copper and Kansa mixed materials. So in Bagpat, only copper materials have been found, which means that this civilization can be the Markalan civilization. It means that the civilization here can be from just before Harappa or from the early days of Harappa civilization. So far, such decorated items have not been found in the Harappa era excavation. That is why it is said to be a very important discovery from the historical point of view of India. The weapons found here have proven that this civilization was more developed than the Harappa civilization in making weapons. So now the question arises, that was there a more developed civilization than Harappa in India? This is not the first time that there has been an excavation in Sinoli. In the year 2005, hundreds of bodies were found at a distance of just 120 meters from the present excavation site. Carbon dating has proven that the bodies, weapons, and other items found here are more than 5,000 years old. And this time is called the time of Mahabharata. The weapons and chariots used in the war with the skeleton found here were buried. This proves that these were not ordinary people, but warriors. We cannot completely deny that the bodies of some warriors who died in the Mahabharata war were not buried here, because this entire area is associated with the Mahabharata era. It is mentioned in the Mahabharata that the Pandavas asked for Bagpath, Sonipath, and Panipath from Haryana during the Kauravas Treaty. And it has been proven emotionally that this area has been a center of Kurujan paths since ancient times. And this is the same area where the Kauravas had built the Lakshagruha to kill the Pandavas. So far, only Mesopotamia, Greece, and Georgia have been certified to have these chariots. But now, after this excavation, it has been proven that 5,000 years ago, the civilization present in India was much more advanced than the civilizations of the world. And it is not the first time that information about the ancient cultures of India has come to light. An American channel has claimed that Ram Setu was created by humans thousands of years ago. And it has also been proven that the Sindhu Gadi civilization of India is more ancient than the two major civilizations of the world, Egypt and Mesopotamia. And now this discovery in Bagpath has once again brought our prosperous history to the fore, which has given a clear answer to those who have distorted the history of India. But there are some of us who raise questions on our own history instead of being proud of these things. If you want this information to reach as many people as possible, then like and share this video and subscribe to our channel to watch more such videos.